The Isle of Dread, a D&D module from the early days of gaming. And look at it, the cover is awesome. You got this guy humping the monster's fist, and the creature just jacking off to it. We have this other guy trying to seduce the encounter. Don't believe me? Look how far his legs are spread. No one fights like that. He's trying to seduce it. He isn't even wearing pants. What a pervert. Then there's this cool snake that watches on, and you have an elf that is whiter than the clouds. It's amazing, but unfortunately, this is the rare blue cover. And if you want the first edition version of the module, you're going to get the more common orange cover. And it's bad. Look at it. It's an embarrassment. They all look shocked and confused. Even the T-Rex is afraid. And why is he drawn like that? He looks out of shape, like he has the body of an overweight 40-year-old. It's me. No one wants to be on this cover. And that's a good sign, right? When even the cover art is horrified. This guy's about to cry. And who sailed this ship? How did it get on the rocks like that? This art makes no sense. But we spent $50, so we gotta play. What a dump. The adventure takes place on an island. And why? I mean, D&D modules did this a lot back then. Drop the players into a place with no escape and just laugh. Why are the writers so cruel? It's abuse. It's like trapping your friend in a car after you fart, except instead of farts, it's Isle of Dread, and instead of a car, it's D&D. Magic Mirror trapped you in another realm. Amber Castle trapped you in a castle, and both this module and Bone Hill trapped you on an island. Instead of writing a good adventure, they just made it so you can't leave. That's great, right? Make the adventure so bad the incentive is to escape instead of making it fun, and that really ruffles my butt flaps something awful. So the module's supposed to have two purposes, like having two shitty clogged toilets instead of one. The first is supposed to be something that resembles an adventure, and the second is a guide on how to make your own clones of the same shitty adventure. Isn't that awesome? In case playing it once wasn't crappy enough, how about infinite times? Wow, that's garbage. I mean, look at the wandering monster chart. It's boring. Want to fight a 4-headed Hydra? You can't. Only 5 heads here. And they were certain about it, because 5-headed Hydras is on both charts. No, my mistake. Both charts are the same. Now that's lazy. But oh, you can encounter robber flies. That's right. Imagine getting mugged for the shit right out of your own ass. Epic. There's a rock baboon. I hope it's this. But I bet it's this. And here, you can encounter Draco Malfoy. What's he doing here? Probably fell through the magic mirror from the last review. Fuck you, Slytherin. And Gryffindor, suck my nuts for 50 points. So you start the adventure by finding a scroll. And it talks about an island filled with excitement and treasure. Just read it. No, don't, it sucks. Look at that shitty fish. So how do you get to the island? By ship. And how do you get a ship? The module says just get one. What are you, an idiot? It's simple. But wait. No trouble. No trouble? Have the writers ever been DMs before? Have they ever even played games before? Because my PC is played by no rules. Nothing is ever simple. This has to be a joke, right? Like, run this, I dare you. Then when you do, the writers laugh their asses off. I can't even get my players to buy rope from the general store without the city looking like this by the end. And you want them to get a ship with ease? Fuck you. Oh, I see. Allow them to buy a decrepit one. Yeah, that's gonna do the trick. Ever try to screw over your players? That's how murder hobos are born. And even the module knows it. Look, they're hobos. And this guy just wants to kill everything. Doesn't even care he has half a sail. This is probably all he sees. Look at their boat. It's sinking. What a mess of a picture. So you get to the island, and by this point the module knows your players are already gripped with depression and can't speak. So they give you this handy chart, like a menu at Denny's that you can just point at deciding where to go. Choose this one. The dude leaving the island knows what's up. If you dare to choose something on the island, you can find a lair of sea snakes, a cave of rock baboons, and a random encounter. Great, we just got here and the adventure already ran out of ideas. That's encouraging. Further in, there's pirates on canoes. And isn't that intimidating? No, it's embarrassing. Imagine if that happened in real life. If Blackbeard just rolled up on you in a canoe and was like, "Give me your gold," and then you kicked his boat over. Wouldn't that change history? What a disappointment. But you can climb a tower, find a wall, and discover another empty boat. Wow! See, that's what I like about this module. It's boring. I feel like the DM had no notes and just looked around the room for inspiration, and found none. Alright, I rolled an 18 for spot. What do I see? You see fishing poles. Is there anything else? You see a guy in leather straps. It's spanking time. Spanking time? No, he doesn't say that. Instead, he says, "It's fishing time. Then it's spanking time." You didn't prepare for this session, did you? No. And if you're not bored enough, you can encounter the same scenario 3 times. There's a hut with some dudes, some tent with some dudes, and some pavilions with some dudes. This module just likes dudes, I guess. Further on, you can encounter Neanderthal who live in caves, but hoard gold and silver coin for some reason. Like, they have this advanced idea of economics, but somehow clothes still elude them. Me want a big stick. Have gold. How about getting some fucking clothes? What that? You can find an Arenia lair, or these really smart spiders, but not smart enough to be in a different adventure, and they hide treasure in their webs. Wait a minute. Broom of Flying? Did J.K. Rowling rip off Isle of Dread for Harry Potter? No, can't be. No one is that desperate. But centaurs? Hippogriffs? Dobby? Hagrid? Damn. If you keep exploring, you can encounter deranged ankylosauruses. And what makes them deranged? Do they have a foot fetish or something? Imagine just waking up and seeing some dino dudes jacking off into your adventure boots. Wouldn't that be a sight? What if your party was all halflings? Enjoy the hairy toe fungus perverts. There's a Plesiosaurus menace, also known as a rejected Star Wars title turned into an encounter. And then there's this one, wretched troglodytes. Wow, that's harsh. What did they do? Oh, they have an evil-smelling pool of dark liquid. You mean shit. Is shit evil? I mean, I never saw my turds try to animate the undead or summon a demon before. But would they? Is that why it feels good to take a shit? Your alignment is shifting? Do paladins take shits? Or can their bodies not even form waste? This module asks a lot of questions, but gives no answers. When you're done with the first island, there's another island, Taboo Island, and it's just a temple with natives. What's in the temple? Natives. What do they do? Native stuff. This is where you get to the end of the module, and to your horror, it decides to stroke its own dick. It even goes as far to suggest you may have loved this adventure, and you may want to use it again. I didn't even want to read it, let alone play it, so no, I don't want to use your crappy stuff again. But then the module whips out its balls and gives you the idea of all the great adventures you can still do on this island. Like map the island, hunt dinosaurs, exterminate the canoe-riding pirates, and capture dinosaurs. Wait, there was a main quest? Hold on. The temple is the quest? But there's nothing there. Let me read this again. Oh, sorry. There's 2 boiling wells, and a room of envoyed girls and a peeping chamber. There's also some caverns where you can make up your own stuff and a hidden throne. Wow. Then there's this overly long explanation of a trap. Want me to summarize? There's oil on the water that gets ignited by natives if you go in. Take D6 damage. Is that really what it says? I don't know. I didn't read it. There's also some rats.